Alright, so I have a music video of Jace right here, and I already selected like a few scenes where I want to implement the AI. I would say let's just do this one. So I want the AI happen right here at this scene. So first of all, just cut your clip. So now we need to render it out in a PNG sequence, so adjust your workspace. I'm doing this with the shortcut B and the N key, like this. Or you can just drag this out and move it to the end. Okay, now go to File, then to Export and add to render queue. First of all, go to the output module right here and make it to a PNG sequence. This, then click on OK. And above we have the render settings. As you can see, this video is around about like 24 frames, but this animation to happen, I'm just going to like half of the frames, so divided by 2, so it would be 12 frames per second. Then click on OK. Now output 2, as you can see, I have 2 folders right here. AI1 is like for the PNG sequence right now, and AI2 would be like for the final AI pictures. So I'm selecting AI1. Here where it says name, I'm just going to like put 0000. So it's like, so the name starts with 0 and then, you know, goes higher and higher in the alphabetic order. Then OK, and click on render. Okay, now we need to open up Stable Diffusion. Of course, there are like maybe other ways how to do it, but I'm just going to show you like the most simple Stable Diffusion tutorial. And if you don't have Stable Diffusion and want to install it, just go onto YouTube and type in Stable Diffusion Automatic 1111, like this. Installation tutorial, and then for Windows or Mac. Like I by myself, I have like no clue how to do this. I just followed the tutorial and it worked out. So, I mean, if I can do it, you can do it too. So because I'm on Mac, I'm just going to open up the terminal like this. Okay, now I'm in Stable Diffusion, and right here at the top left, you can see here are like all the models that we can use. If you don't know where the models are, let me just see. So I'm just going to my user folder, and right here I have the Stable Diffusion folder, and then here it says models and Stable Diffusion. And as you can see here, I have like all my models that I downloaded, and also right here. So lately I've been using this one, Protogain X34 Photorealism. Yeah, after you like installed Stable Diffusion, you need also to like, I think you only have like one model, you can use this, or let me see if I can find this one. Protogain Photorealism Civet AI, I think it's right here. And yes, you need just to download it right here and then put it in the folder. Or if I click on models, you can see like most of them are like weird AI models. I don't know, this community is like very, very weird, but you can just look around, download it right here. Just make sure, this is important, that it's a checkpoint and save tensor. Okay, let's get started. I'm just going to show you like the most simple way, because you can also install the control net and stuff, but I'm just like, if you want, I can like make an updated video, but for today I'm just going to do like I said, the most simple version. So go to image, and now here I have my AI1 folder of all my pictures. So I'm just going to pick the first one and put it in right here. Okay, now with the width and height, because this video is 16:9, I always do 1024 by 576, like this. And I put the sampling steps to 40. If I now, for example, type in alien, okay, I don't know what this is, to be honest, but what I like to do always is let the AI describe my image. So do this, just click on this button, interrogate clip. It will take like 3 minutes, and yeah, then you will have your prompt. Okay, so here we have the prompt. A man holding a gun in his hands while standing in a room. For the most part, I just like delete this stuff, cinematic still, whatever, screenshot, we don't need this. And this also like standing in a room with a wall and a ceiling fan, we don't need this. This is good, like a man holding a gun in his hands, so I'm just going to change it up. I'm going with a skeleton holding a gun in his hands. Now I'm just throwing in like random prompts. Let's do again. Skeleton to bones to horror, like this. Let me see, maybe creepy and like glowing blue highlights. Here at the bottom we have the negative prompt. This is just like all the stuff that we don't want to see, and like I said, this community is weird, so for some reason it always makes always makes the character a female. I'm just going to do female, cartoon and comic, so it like looks more realistic. And I'm just going to scroll down. We have the sampling steps on 40, we have this, and now the CFG scale and denoising strength. So the first one about this, you can say like this style. If you put that up very high, it's just going to narrow the variation of style. So we want that. If I do it like this, it's just going to vary around. I usually put this like around 25 and 30. So let's start with 25. And the second number is just how much the picture will be like blurred, you can say, before the AI transformation happens. So if I put that to 1, it's going to be like very blurry for the AI and it's going to create some like very crazy stuff. But we want it, I would say like put it between maybe 0.15 and 0.40, like somewhere right here. So I'm just going to start with, let's say 0.3. The seed is -1. This just means it's going to make like a random seed for like every generation. And we want that until we find like a very good seed. Then you can see the seed right here, and you can just copy that and put that in. But for now, we just need to find our like perfect image. So I'm just going to click on generate again. Okay, doesn't look bad at all, but I think it could be like more original image. So I'm just going to put the denoising strength down to like, let's do 0.24. So I'm just going to play around with the settings, and later on I'm going like to show you what I exactly did. So this is just like trial and error. It can maybe like be perfect with the first generation, or it could take you like 20 generations until you find like your perfect image and style. For example, I really like this style right here, how the overall image looks. I'm just going to copy the seed here at the bottom, Command or Control C, and then with Command or Control V, put it on right here. So if I now generate, it will always be the same image, but still now I can play around with these two settings. Okay, so I want to leave it like that, to be honest. So here are all my settings. Like I said, 40, you have 16 to 9. This settings, put the CFG scale to 30 and the denoising strength to 0.23. And like you don't need to copy the seed right here, because this always depends on your original frame and the model that you use and like all the prompt that you put in. So just play around with it. After you have your settings and the seed, you can just put on like another frame of the video. So I'm just going like in the middle and put this on and generate. This is just to see if it like really matches to all the frames, because now we're like zooming in. It looks a little bit different, but if you have more time, you can go like through every 5 frames and see if it like fits. But to be honest, I'm just going to go with it right now. As in After Effects, you can mask it like really good out and make it like look better at the end. So after we're done and have everything set, we go to batch. This will just automatically take a folder with all the PNG sequence and make it AI one after another. We don't have to like manually, you know, put one frame and the second one. This will do it like everything for you. So here where it says input, we need the path of our folder. On Windows it should be like pretty easy, I think. Just open your folder and at the top you need to right click and copy the path. And on Mac it works a little bit different, like almost the same. You need to open up Finder and go where you have it, where you have your folder saved. So for me it's right here where it says AI1. I'm going in, then here just right click, then information, and right here it says like where I have it saved. Just right click and copy the path, and then you can just put it in right here. And then output is where like all the finished AI frames are going to be saved. Okay, let me show you. I have a second folder right here, AI2. I'm just going to put this to AI2 like this. And this folder is also empty, you can see that. Okay, now we can just click on generate and it will go like through every frame and make it AI. Okay, now it should be done. If I open up AI2, you can see like every picture right here. Okay, this is why I said you need like maybe go through like more pictures, but yeah, whatever. Let's look at this one. Yes, Okay, now we want to upscale it so it like fits the frame, so it's full HD. So go to extra, then again, your batch. But now I'm just going to like copy the path where all the AI pictures are. So for me it's AI2 and extra. Copy it right here and output. If I don't have, okay, I can name it like, you know, AI2 upscale. It will just create a new folder and put like all the images there. So now we can make scale by or scale to. I'm going with scale to and just putting in it like this, 9020 by 1080, like this. Here we can select our upscaler. I said like I'm not a professional, I just going with this one. I think it like works good. So, and then I just click on generate. Okay, now we have all the frames upscaled. So I'm opening After Effects and going to my pre-comp. Just adjusting the workspace again. And to import the PNG sequence, just right click, go on import and multiple files. Then open up like the upscale folder, click on the first frame, and you don't really need to create composition, just PNG sequence and force alphabetic order. Okay, now we have it right here, but you can see the frame rate is 30 and the frame rate of this music video is almost 24. So to fix this, just right click on the PNG sequence, then go to interpret footage, then on main, and right here you can just change it to the same as in the music video. Like this, and okay, now you can import it in. And you can see if I drag it over, it's only half of the length because we only did 12 frames per second. So to fix this, hold the Option key, or on Windows it would be the Alt key, and drag it out. Like this. I now play it. It should look something like this. And to make it look better, just click 2 times on this button. It will just like enable the time interpolation. But if I now play it, you can see it looks like fluid and much better. And now there are like many ways we can like change it up and put effects on so it fits in better. And yeah, I'm just going to show you a few of them. So now we're just going to need an adjustment layer. So I'm just copying the PNG sequence for later and hiding it right here. You could also put RSMB on the PNG sequence here, then put this up to 100. Now if I deactivate and activate it, you can see it just puts motion blur over like the whole clip, and it should look a little bit better. Okay, now on the adjustment layer, putting on, let's start maybe with curves. So we can just give it a little bit more of an atmosphere. You can see we drag this down. Now if I deactivate it and activate it, it just like adds to this like, you know, creepy vibe a little bit. Now let's try with a leaf color. I just want to like have everything black and white, but not the blue. So let's see if this works. The edge softness to 2. And now deactivate it and activate it. Now let's put some exposure onto it. So again, we put the gamma correction down. You can see we can like really play with the atmosphere. Exposure up. Even keyframe it, maybe with the keyframe the gamma correction. Let's see with the exposure. Okay, let's leave this maybe at 0. The gamma correction like down like this, and go to the last frame and put it up a little bit. Let's just blur it out a little bit more. So put on directional blur onto it, like change the direction like randomly, and just put it like to 3. As you can see, it like blurs everything a little bit more. By putting on some flicker. If you don't have flicker, don't have the Sapphire plugin, you can just put on brightness and contrast and like keyframe the brightness up and down. But yeah, I will just go to load presets and select one. Okay, let's try this out. be honest, it like masks it like very good, so it like fits in. Maybe the amplitude is a little bit too high. I'll just put it to like 0.6. And put the brightness maybe up to 0.5. Let me just copy the background layer and pre-compose everything, like the background layer, the PNG sequence, and the adjustment layer. We can even put on another RSMB. Okay, this is like one option that you can do it. We could even like, you know, put on some CRT effect or so. I'm just pre-composing this again. We can put on Omino Diffusion. This is a free plugin. You can download it, and like I said, it's free. As you can see, it like makes like this very crazy, almost like CRT type of look. So I put the color count like up to 6. Let's see how it looks. I mean, you can like keyframe it, play around with it, but to be honest, I like it without this Omino a little bit more. Like looks more realistic like this. Alright, so the second option would be, let me put this up right here and this down. It is to like just cut him out. You can basically just do this with the pen tool. So go to the pen tool right here. And if you hold spacebar, you can move your picture around. So just make like a rough mask around him and fit it up again. So now I'm selecting the selection tool again, and if I click M, open up the mask, and we can track it with After Effects itself. So let's just try it. If it doesn't work, we can do it manually. So right click on your mask, then click on Track Mask, and now this should pop up right here. So let's just try this one, and now okay, you need to press this one. Now it will like go frame for frame, as you can see, but we need to adjust some frames later on. Okay, let's go back. So to be honest, it like did here like a pretty good job, but fucked up right here. So I'm just going like forward, and right here you can see at the top left of his head like starts to go inward. So I'm deleting everything right here. Now I'm just going to adjust it. So click somewhere right here, then on the mask, and you can move this around. So now you can just try again. So click on the keyframe and then press right here. Again, just going to click the spacebar. It starts to fuck up right here, I would say. So again, and yeah, like I said, sometimes it like really doesn't work, and so you just go like every 5 to 10 frames and do it like without the tracking. You can do it yourself with the keyframe button right here. I'm again clicking right here, clicking on the mask, and just making this space above his head a little bit bigger. Moving this more to the right. Then just click on then you can click on this one, on the motion blur. And if I now play it, I mean, it's not the best cutout, but it's okay for the video. Okay, now open the mask with the M key. Okay, so my recording just crashed, but basically what I did, I go back, we cutted it out, then I put on motion blur, and the M key I can open up the mask settings, I put the feather to 100 and the mask expansion to -35. And you can play with the blending mode, but I just left it at normal. Then I pre-composed it with the background layer and put on some RSMB. And I just copied the adjustment layer that we did 10 minutes ago. So okay, so the main difference right now would be if I activate the top one, you can see we only have him colored out as a skeleton. And the bottom one would be like everything AI, also the background. Okay, let's just do this with the cutout. And let's again pre-compose it. Put on some RSMB. Now we can also put an adjustment layer and just do like some basic transitions. Like with direction and blur, but do like 15, or let's even do 20, then keyframe it. A few frames to the left, 0, and like 10 frames to the right now, and again 0. Then just copy it to the end of the clip. And same thing with a flash transition. You can do this with brightness and contrast. Just keyframe the brightness up. Two frames to the left, put it to 0. Like 4 frames to the right and 0 again. Now maybe with some turbulence displays, let's see, we can put it to like 300 and keyframe the amount and size. Go 10 frames forward, put the amount to 0 and the size down to like 50. 1 frame to the left and of course amount again to 0. We could even put on some add grain on the AI layer. Change this from preview to final output. In color, I would make it monochromatic. Maybe set the intensity a little bit down. Yeah, that was basically it, and yeah, if you have questions, just put them below in the comments. And yeah, I really hope that I could help you guys with this video, and yeah, see you to the next time.